Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Town of Lexington Council meeting. This meeting is being held at Town Hall Monday evening, June 14th, 2021. This meeting is being broadcast live and will be replayed several times over the next week on the town's cable information channel 1301 and will also be available for viewing on the town's website. I'm Steve McDougall, the mayor of Lexington. At this time, I'd like to introduce my fellow council members. To my left is Mayor Pro Tem Hazel Livingston.
Good evening.
To her left is Council Member Todd Carnes.
Good evening.
To his left is Council Member Steve Baker.
Good evening.
To my right is Council Member Kathy Maness.
Good evening.
To her right is Council Member Ron Williams.
Good evening.
And to his right is Council Member Todd Lyle.
Good evening.
At this time, I would like to ask Mayor Pro Tem Hazel Livingston to offer invocation for tonight's meeting. Mayor Pro Tem.
Mr. Mayor. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight, and I pray for your guidance and wisdom for our council and mayor as we work to conduct our business for the town. I pray for our council to work together for the citizens and businesses of Lexington with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Lord, I also ask protection, well-being, and blessings for our staff, citizens, and businesses in the town. Thank you, Lord, for our wonderful community of Lexington and all of your blessings. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. This time, if everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I will call the meeting to order. We'll move into deletions on the agenda. Are there any deletions on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we will move right into presentations. Our first presentation this evening will be Outstanding Service Provider Award. This will be presented by Ms. Laura Hudson, who is the Executive Director for the South Carolina Victims Assistance Network. Ms. Hudson, if you'd like to come forward. Welcome. Thank you all for being with us tonight.
Hi, I'm Shannon Geary. I'm a program director with the South Carolina Victim Assistance Network. And on May 18th of this year, we presented Ms. Dee Cochran with the Outstanding Service Provider Award, which is given to a victim service provider who has gone above and beyond the call of duty in her service to crime victims.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Goodwin, and I am a program director at SCVAN as well. And I'm going to read the nomination that was sent in by a crime victim for Ms. Dee Cochran. Dee was just a calming person for me. Besides the police officer, she was the first person who was by my side. She stayed with me the entire time I was in the care of the police. Since this incident, she has kept in touch with me and checked to see if I needed anything or just needed to talk. I thank God for her.
Oh, it's wonderful. Dee, congratulations. Let's get some pictures, and Dee, we want to hear from you. You're not running away. I want to hear from you now.
I just want to thank SCVAN. You know, a lot of times this is a thankless job, so to have the opportunity to be rewarded like this was definitely a great thing. It gave me definitely the strength I need to continue to press towards the mark, so I really appreciate that. And what can I say about Ms. Hudson? Like, it's really rewarding to get a reward, a award from somebody that's, you know, is a trailblazer in this field. So this was just wonderful. And to the town council and to my chief, you know, growing up where I grew up, you know, to be honest with you, I would never have expected me to land a job at the town working for such a great community. You know, a lot of my peers, grown up, really didn't make it out of the situation. And so just to be here and be amongst elite professionals is just an honor. It's really an honor to serve the town. And so I take it pretty serious, and I just thank God for the opportunity. He's been good to me. And so I'm just so grateful. And so what comes from my heart, what flows from my heart to service victims is really being satisfied with where I work. And so it's just an overflow of just gratitude. And so I'm just grateful that I have had this opportunity to be amongst like a really great work environment. So thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. Congratulations again. Y'all come on up. We want to get some pictures with y'all. Well, okay.
When Laura Hudson says you come down, you come down.
Ma'am, I'll do whatever you tell me to. Where do you want me?
Away from us.
Congratulations again, Dee. Thank you. At this time, we'll move into our second presentation. This is a presentation for the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers Drug Recognition Expert of the Year Award. This Expert Year Award will be given by Mr. Steve Burritt, who's the Regional Executive Director for MAD. Mr. Burritt, if you'd like to come forward. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, council members. Glad to be here. Again, my name is Stephen Burritt, the Regional Executive Director for Mothers Against Drunk Driving in South Carolina and North Carolina. I'm local, so this is a treat, as this is the third of our 3 annual awards that we're giving out, that I get to give this one out just down the street to someone who I've known for many years. So I will say we have a committee that selected this winner. Our awards are sponsored by the Bring-Gardner Injury Law Firm, who he tried to be here today, but he could not, but he gives Corporal his best. This is for the Drug Recognition Expert of the Year. Not everyone knows what a drug recognition expert is, but it's a very grueling technical training that law enforcement officers can go through to be able to assess, detect, and testify to impairment on substances other than alcohol. MAD believes it's a very important training and part of the fight against drugged driving to have these expert officers on the street, and it truly is an impressive achievement just to be DRE certified. So we're glad to even give a more special honor, and this is the 5th time we've been giving out this award, to Corporal Grady Johnson with the Lexington Police Department.
Hey.
I'll say a few words while he's standing here trying to, knowing he would rather be anywhere else than saying here, I have nice things to say to him about. But, so in 2020, Grady made 16 DUI arrests where drugs were the impairing substance. Also did 7 DRE evaluations and assists. He also assists his own officers within, helps the Highway Patrol sometimes with DRE evaluations, assists over the Criminal Justice Academy, training others, and all around just is a great officer in doing community education and serving his community well. So I am happy to affirm the great choice that our committee made in giving this award to Corporal Grady Johnson.
Way to go, Grady. You can get your picture. Yeah. No, we.
5-10 minutes.
So thanks for allowing us to be here tonight. As a drug recognition expert, like Stephen said, it's in my opinion the toughest training that we can get through the state of South Carolina's Criminal Justice Academy. It's extremely intensive, but the results are great. We have a lot of people who don't understand that driving under the influence of medications, illegal drugs, things, other substances other than alcohol, they just don't recognize how it's really affecting them. And we've had unfortunate incidents of collisions that have occurred from those things. So what we're able to do is recognize when a person is under the influence of something other than alcohol and make the right choice and getting them off the road during that time to prevent you, me, and my families from being hurt.
Very good, Grady. Thank you so much.
Chief, don't make her call me tomorrow. Tonight on the way home. Kill me crazy, girl.
Thank y'all very much for being with us. Bob, it's sure good to see you. Yes, sir. Glad Chuck's doing well. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for being with us. If Chief were a football coach, he'd be Super Bowl champion, I believe. It's amazing the talent he has in that police department. At this time, I'll have a vision plan update. This update is for June of 2021. We're getting closer to completing the Gibson Pond Park and refilling the pond with water as soon as I go down there and turn that valve closed. For the first time since 2015, in addition to the new dam, the town has built a new picnic shelter and a dock, and there are plans to restock the pond with fish. We are finalizing some infrastructure and beautification projects and hope to open it to the public very, very soon. Also, in the vision plan update, we have an update on wayfinding signs. The request for proposal has gone out for the downtown wayfinding signage. More than a dozen signs will be placed throughout the downtown area to help point people to different destinations throughout the town. Also, at the Old Mill Pond Trail, in the next few months, we will start work on the walking trail in the town, installing around the Old Mill Pond. The trail will be a 1-mile trail and will also be very well lit. The vision plan goal, these are just a few of the projects that are a result of our vision plan, which you can read at lexsc.com. At this time, we will move into a traffic update from Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Significant progress is being made along North Lake Drive as work continues in front of the elementary school. Exercise caution when driving through this area. The widening at Mineral Springs and Sunset Boulevard is now complete with a right turn lane and dual lefts. These lanes are now open and operational. Does everybody want to clap for that? Because that is amazing.
It's amazing, yep.
SCDOT will be closing Old Cherokee Road from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. this week with asphalt repairs. Repairs are expected to take less than 1 week pending weather conditions. Traffic moving from SC6 towards US 378 could experience delays. SCDOT will conduct nighttime paving along South Lake Drive from Maiden Lane to Railroad Avenue, and signal upgrades continue along 378 Sunset Boulevard as new mast arm foundations are installed as part of the final phase of our adaptive signalization system. And if you're aware of any traffic signal issue, unsafe roadway situation, or anything pothole-wise that needs to be repaired, please call 803-358-7273 and let us know. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Very good. Thank you, Ms. Livingston. At this time, we'll move into public hearings. Speakers are limited to 5 minutes. Our first public hearing this evening is final reading of an ordinance annexing Lexington County Tax Map number 4300-04-078, located at 311 Reed Avenue. Anyone here wish to speak to that? Hearing none, our second item is final reading of an ordinance for the sale of town property near Stony Creek subdivision. Anyone here wish to speak to that? Hearing none, item number 3, final reading of an ordinance to adopt the FY 2021-2022 budget. Anyone here wish to speak to that? And finally, item number 4, final reading of an ordinance to provide for the FY 2021-2022 tax levy. Anyone here wish to speak to that? That concludes our public hearing for this evening. At this time, we will move into old business. Our first item of old business is from Councilmember Kathy Maness. This is final reading of an ordinance annexing Lexington County Tax Map number 4300-04-078, located at 311 Reed Avenue. Ms. Maness.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Reginald and Andrea Fuller own 2 parcels located at 311 Reed Avenue and have petitioned to annex the property. A single-family home is being planned on this site. Properties in the town near this one are zone protected residential 2, high-density residential, and limited commercial. Reed Avenue is classified as a local road. The Planning Commission reviewed this annexation during their April meeting and recommended zoning these parcels protected residential and classifying Reed Avenue as a local road. I make a motion for final reading approval.
Ms. Maness makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams seconds that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. Our next item of old business is from Councilmember Todd Carnes. This is final reading of an ordinance to adopt the FY 2021-2022 budget. Councilmember Todd Carnes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. South Carolina law requires town council to adopt a balanced budget each year. Budget revenue and expenditures are attached, as well as the draft ordinance. I make a motion for final reading approval.
Mr. Carnes makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Ms. Maness seconds the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. Our next item of old business is from Councilmember Ron Williams. This is final reading of an ordinance to provide for the FY 2021-2022 tax levy. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. South Carolina law requires town council to adopt tax levy each year. Attached is the draft ordinance for the tax levy for the 2021 and 2022 year. Action requested is for final reading approval. Make a motion for final reading approval, and you can look at the attachment.
Mr. Williams makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Carnes seconds that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. At this time, we will move into new business. Our first item of new business is from Councilmember Steve Baker. This is first reading of an ordinance for the sale of town-owned property at 103 West Main Street. Mr. Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. A private company has answered an RFP for the town-owned lot next to Aladia's Restaurant at 103 West Main Street. The company proposes uses similar to that proposed for the Aladia's building. The parcel consists of approximately 0.2 acres and is shown on the attached drawing. I make a motion for first reading approval. This is in title only pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. All details will be disclosed following the signing of the deed.
Very good. Mr. Baker makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lyle seconds that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, there's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. Our next item of new business is from Councilmember Todd Lyle. This is boards and commissions reappointments. Mr. Lyle.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The terms for the following boards and commissions members will expire June the 30th of this year, the end of this month, and their reappointments are required for approval by council. These are the following appointments that are up for reappointment. Advisory Committee, Terry Samuels and James Dawson. Board of Zoning Appeals is Mary Watts, Justin Brown, Reeve Richardson, and Troy Fight. Historic Preservation Board is Tim Privet. Planning Commission's Frank Berry. Traffic Committee is Susan Roonan, Bob Farrell, Jim Wigglesworth, and Rosemary Wilson. So, Mr. Mayor, I make a motion for reappointment of all those names I just described.
Very good. Mr. Lyle makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem seconds that motion. Any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Ms. Manus.
I appreciate when our citizens want to serve on these committees, and we do have vacancies on many of them. My husband had been on the Historic Preservation Board for close to 20 years and made the decision not to go on it again this year. And it's not because he doesn't believe in the work, and it's not because he doesn't want to support the town, but even before COVID, this committee wasn't meeting very often and not doing very much. And I know we can't count last year because of COVID, but when our citizens want to be involved, and we put them on committees, we need to find them something to do. Whether it's having the advisory committee do a litter day, and Lord have mercy, South Carolina's got so much litter on the streets right now, we need to get it up, or something. But you know, we need to appreciate that people are willing to use their time, but we need to make them feel wanted and needed. And so I've had that conversation with Wesley. We had a very good conversation about it. But I just think we need to use our committee people in a more efficient way.
Very good. Thank you, Ms. Manus. Any further discussion? There's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. Our next item of new business is from Mayor Pro Tem Hazel Livingston. This is boards and commissions appointments to the BOA. Ms. Livingston.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have received applications from Mr. Alan Keith Benton and Mr. Stephen Johnson, who have expressed an interest in serving on the Town of Lexington Building Code Board of Appeals, which currently has 4 vacancies. They are both town residents with building experience, and the applications are attached. I make a motion for approval.
Ms. Livingston makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lyle seconds that motion. Correct? No, Mr. Williams seconds that motion. Thank you, Ron. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. That is unanimous. That concludes our business for this evening. At this time, we will hear announcements from Councilmember Steve Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Sister Hazel concert was a huge success this past Friday night. It is great to see people in our outdoor venues again. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. We also just wrapped up the Lexington Live free concerts on Thursdays, and they were also well attended. Thank you to our downtown venue promoter, Walker Brewer, for keeping things going during and after the pandemic, and the rest of our staff who helps. The market at Ice House has been very busy every Saturday morning. Don't miss out on all the great vendors and music. The market will continue to be at the Ice House Pavilion from 9 to 1 every Saturday through September, with the exception of Saturday, July the 3rd. There are so many events and concerts scheduled at the Ice House Amphitheater, so I want to let you know about a few that are happening in July. For a complete list of concerts, you can always visit www.icehouseamphitheater.com. On July 2nd, the town will host the Independence Day celebration at the amphitheater starting at 7 p.m. with the 246th Army Band, followed by a fireworks show. You can tune into 93.1 FM The Lake to listen to patriotic music during the fireworks. There are great views from all the parking lots downtown, or at the Ice House area restaurants, Lexington Square Park, or the Lexington Veterans Monument. The event is free, so mark your calendars. It's in 3 weeks. Man, that's hard to believe it's that soon. We encourage everyone to have a fun and safe Independence Day on July the 4th. Town Hall will be closed on Monday, July the 5th, in observance of the holiday. July 15th, join us for Animalia and Random Acts of Kindness at 7:30, a double fun time for the family. Dr. Knows a Lot, will explore a whimsical world in Animalia, which includes action-packed dancing and circus acts. The cast of Random Act of Kindness will demonstrate their love for each other and show the audience their impressive skills in dance and circus acts. Tickets can be purchased at www.icehouseamphitheater.com and are $25 for VIP tickets, $20 for general admission, $10 for ages 3 to 10, and those under 2 are free. Come warm your heart and be entertained Thursday, July the 15th. On the 16th, you've got to come out for this free concert starting at 7:30, featuring the Local Boys. They're a bluegrass band who have roots in traditional music and have evolved from old-time music, bluegrass, country, and rock and roll. They have performed at Merle Fest for the past 22 years and have hosted the Plaza stage with the late Tut Taylor. They also participate in an outreach program that brings music to surrounding area schools. Don't miss it. There will be beer, wine, soft drinks, water, and food vendors available for purchases. On July the 23rd, the Flannel Fest is back at the Ice House Amphitheater. Gates open at 6, and the music will continue until 10. Music will be by Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana, and Alice in Chains, and will feature Core, a Stone Temple Pilots tribute, Heart-Shaped Box, a Nirvana tribute, and Grind, an Alice in Chains tribute. Tickets are $12 and can be purchased at www.icehouseamphitheater.com. And one sneak peek into August. For the Love of Hops Craft Beer Festival is back on August 21st, starting at 6. This event is for 21 years and up. Food will be available for purchase. Tickets are $30 in advance, $40 the week of, and $45 the day of, and includes unlimited samples of over 50 different craft beers from North and South Carolina, live music by the Kenny George Band, and a souvenir sampling glass. Now, back to some meeting dates. The Building Code Board of Appeals will meet this Thursday, June the 17th at 9 a.m. here in council chambers. This board does not have to meet very often, but decisions they make are very important. The Planning Commission will meet on June 23rd at 8 a.m. here in council chambers. The Board of Zoning Appeals will not meet in July. Council will meet again on July the 12th at 6 p.m. for council's work session and regular council meeting. On behalf of all the dads out there and those sitting here on council, I'd like to wish all of you a happy Father's Day this Sunday. Between the dads on council, we have 13 children, so it will be a big day. On behalf of the mayor and my fellow council members, I would like to plug the website again. It's www.icehouseamphitheater.com. We'd like to thank you for watching your council in action tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Any other council members have anything they'd like to share? Very good. Are there any questions from the news media tonight? Anything you have to ask about tonight's agenda?
It's this week, isn't it? It is 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. this week.
8 to 6. That's it? Very good. Thank you for being with us tonight. Any public comments regarding tonight's agenda? Very good. That concludes our business for this evening. Thank you for watching the Town Council meeting for the Town of Lexington. This meeting was held at Town Hall on Monday evening, June 14, 2021. A recording of this meeting will be aired on the town's information cable channel 1301 several times during the week, and a video will be available on the town's website at lexsc.com. Without objection, we are adjourned.